You can also find me on Facebook at Magickology YT. You can email me at priestofthenecro@gmail.com, and you can even check out my Instagram, which is Magickology. And good hunting. All right, so let's talk about having a focused intent, right? So what I mean by that is do your planning stage of what you want for your ritual, really sit down and think, okay, this is what my situation is like. This is what I want it to be. This is the thing that I want. This is the situation that I want to make happen. This is what I want to manifest. And this is why. And the plan that I have for making it happen, because acting in accord is important, and I will forever stand on my soapbox and say that, is A, B, C, D, E, etc. Now, I get to things late, and I happened to watch Spider-Man No Way Home last night, and it really got me thinking, because, when Peter screws up Doctor Strange's spell by altering the intent of it, I think he said 6 times, and then they debated 5 or 6 times. That really hit me, because I'm always looking at different things through a magical perspective. And of course, this is, magic in, the in the movie. And what happened when he screwed up the intent several different times? Strange had to keep reprogramming it, and eventually it just got so screwed up that the entire thing backfired and screwed a bunch of things up, That's when, the multiverse started to collapse in on itself, and everyone that knew about Spider-Man started to show up. But, the main idea here is that when you walk into your temple in order to do your ritual, I want you to know exactly what you want and think and have really thought about it, so you don't try to reprogram stuff, 1, when you get there and as you're setting up, and 2, in the middle of your spell work. Because when you're focusing on a sigil, or you're doing the work tying a cord or writing something into a candle or creating, a fetch or a poppet or something, whatever your sympathetic magic is, I want you to have that statement of intent and know exactly what you want, written in stone, basically. Because if you are thinking about how to reword it, or you find a better way to word it, your energy is going to change in that moment with what you want, because it's like having a certain set of it's like a phone number, right? You dial one phone number, you get one person, okay? But if you change one number, it might mean, oh, this number is not in service at this time, or you're going to dial a completely different person. When you have that statement of intent, you change one word in that, it's like changing one of the numbers in a phone number. Ooh, great analogy right there. So, you gotta know what you want and know that that is exactly the best way to word what you want, because you're trying to write write a check that the universe can cash, bleh, and you don't want to change it because it's gonna mess the energy up. So, this really means that getting, disciplined with this kind of thing. So a lot of times what I'll do with a lot of different things, not just magic stuff, but I'll have my idea written down, and then I'll leave it for a day, maybe a couple hours, maybe a day, maybe a week, maybe a month. And then I'll go back to it and I'll look at it and I'll be like, okay, did I want to change anything about this? That's what I was going through with writing my recent book, The Powers of Marduk, which, by the way, that's live. You guys can actually get my new book that's on the 50 names of Marduk. It's up right now. You can check it through my my links on in my link tree and stuff with my magic books, which you can also find through my website. All those links are down in the description and stuff. But so when we're planning things, write that intent down and just let it sit. I know in a previous video I said, sometimes winging it is great, but for the more seasoned people, that's awesome. Once you've developed this skill of focusing and honing in on that intent and being able to focus your energy. And you got to make sure that when you step into that ritual chamber, your energy's not going left and right and this and that. I find with a lot of my Magic for Hire stuff, I feel like the energy itself doesn't go very well or go very focused, and the spell work isn't as successful if my energy is here, there, trying to think about, should I have made a sigil differently? Should my intent be different? Do I like the way that this is worded? Should I go back and change it? No, that's all bad stuff. So I've really been working on just getting everything written in stone, so when I go in there, everything is the exact way I want it, and therefore the magic itself will turn out exactly the way that I want it to. So, take a lesson from a movie and from my analysis. Let me know what you think down in the comments. Have you guys ever had, that kind of frazzledness when you're doing magic and your attention and your intent starts to go left and right, and you might feel some resistance with the way that you're working around stuff, or maybe things on your altar and stuff keep falling over, or maybe that candle won't light. These are all signs that your spell is kind of not flowing very well. So that could be a symptom of the energies around you, or a resistance of the magic itself from working, like maybe something's pushing back from it, or even a resistance from within you because maybe it's not the right time to do the magic. Maybe that intent is not sound, maybe you should have gone back to the drawing board, stuff like that. Anyway, if you've ever experienced any of this jazz that I've just been talking about for about 7 minutes, let me know. Good hunting. Thanks for watching my video. So if you want to check out my playlists, I have, among others, the Simon Necronomicon, the Tree of Life, General Magic, Tulpamancy, a playlist on my books, the elements, stones, the theories that govern magic, and the gods and goddesses of Mesopotamia. If you want to check out my books on Amazon, I have Creating Consciousness, Magical Mechanics, Magical Theater, Handy Sigil Magic, Magical Movement, which is an update and expansion upon Handy Sigil Magic, Magical Mastery, which is a combination masterwork of Magical Theater and Magical Mechanics, and The Guide to the Spheres and Beyond. You can also find me on Facebook at Magickology YT. You can email me at priestofthenecro@gmail.com, and you can even check out my Instagram, which is Magickology. And good hunting.